What's up YouTube? This is Spade here coming at you with my 4000 sub special, and this is a battle against KingDaddyDMac. And this was a really long battle, so let's get right to it. So I'm gonna lead off with my usual Sassandora, and he has Airifune, the most annoying thing, with its ability Mischievous Heart, giving it basically priority to every non-damaging move. So he subs, I go for Flamethrower just to play it safe. He switches into Chansey, and I don't see any items, so he has the pre-evolution stone, which is great news. So I switch into my evil Blissey here to predict the T-Wave, and of course on the switch I get the Parahax, which gives him the upper hand because he's calling the shots now. I was gonna go for Toxic, so now I can't force him to switch out, which is bad because this thing is, yeah, really annoying. Sub-Seeder, and I go for U-turn here, but since I'm not running any attack EVs, I am special orientated, it's not gonna even break the sub. So I just switch into my Blissey, go straight back into my Sassandora. He goes for Taunt, and all this time he was fearing that my Blissey would have Stealth Rocks, but actually I don't have any Pokemon with Stealth Rocks. But after this battle, in my future battles, I'm gonna use Stealth Rocks because it's a broken move that helps to ensure a few KOs, which is always great. So in the future I will start using Stealth Rocks. So I'm just switching here in and out, and if I had got a Toxic on this Airifune, he would have been forced to switch out long time ago. So this battle is not going anywhere. And finally he misses Lead Seed, which kinda helps me. He goes for a sub here, and I just go for Flamethrower so I can break the sub. And he finally decides to withdraw. He goes into his Robution here to end the stall, and Choice Specs Flamethrower does a really nice chunk, and I know he's forced to go for the Mach Punch, so I go into my physical wall, who is my big love disc, Mamampu, and I'm just gonna Toxic this thing, but of course I miss. And he most likely has Guts, but I really don't care, cause since I can take 2 Outrages from Adamant on an Akusu with 1 Dragon Dance, I really don't care about Raw Pushing. I can still take it on. And I finally get the Toxic off, and I go for Wish here just to play it safe. He goes for Drain Punch, and judging by the damage, he obviously has Guts. So I'm gonna play it safe here, go for Protect here, but he predicts that nicely, goes for the Bulk Up. Good play on his part, but I just couldn't risk it because my love disc still walls him, so I didn't want it to go down this early, so I had to play it safe. So I go for Wish here. He goes for Drain Punch, does about the same amount, a bit more, because he has 1 more Bulk Up. And this turn I'm gonna predict his Bulk Up, so I go for Boiling Water, and which is really good. I get my Wish and my left is Recovery, and after the Toxic damage he is down so low that I can just Protect, and if he stays in he will die, but he switches into his Skarmory, which is great, so I have to deal with Skarm Bliss, or well, Skarm Chansey combination, which is even worse because Chansey has the pre-evolution stone. And he lays a layer of spikes, and I go into my Sassandora, and I just stayed in on the Chansey because I was just hoping that he would over-predict and switch into his Raw Pushing again, predicting my Blissey switch. But yeah, he just goes with the T-Wave, which sucks, cripples my Sassandora, and luckily for me I do switch out, and he was hoping to get the Flash Fire boost with his Shandera, and I go into my Blissey, go for Toxic on the switch. He goes into Gliscor, and we are not running Dream World abilities, which is great, so his Gliscor won't be getting the advantage. He goes for Stealth Rocks on the switch to my Mamampu, so I'm basically gonna get raped here by the entry hazards. And he goes into his Skarmory again, U-turns with his Gliscor. I go for Boiling Water, hoping for the burn. Doesn't happen, because burn on this thing would be nice, since you can't really toxic it because it's Steel type. And he lays more spikes, which, yeah, it's starting to hurt my team a lot. You will see. And I don't have a Rapid Spinner. There I got Parahax, which is like whatever, because Chansey walls me into oblivion. And he goes for Aromatherapy on my switch to Gallade, who is the MVP of the match. And I go for Sub here, predicting his T-Wave, which is great. And I just try to, I don't know, I go for Bulk Up here, but he switches into Skarmory. I should have figured that he would just whirlwind me away. I could have got 2 Drain Punches off, but it didn't really make too big of a difference. So I go for Drain Punch here with 1 Bulk Up. It does a nice chunk. So he most likely isn't running too many defense EVs. And he whirlwinds me into my Chomp, revealing that Pokemon, which is of course bad. And I go for Rock Slide because it's neutral damage, and I'm not carrying Fire Fang, which is really bad. I just have Rock Slide in general for flying types, and it has pretty good type coverage with Earthquake, but really didn't help me in this situation. So in comes Gallade, and of course Drain Punch doesn't KO, and he goes for Roost, which is like, wow, please die already. But no, it doesn't happen. So I go for Drain Punch again, and he switches into his Airfune, who takes it really nicely. I really didn't know that this thing is like so bulky that it takes my Drain Punches so nicely, even though I'm running max attack on this thing. He goes for Lead Seed again, which sucks, and after the leftovers and the Lead Seed, he has barely enough HP to make us up. I was hoping that he wouldn't, but of course, so he's gonna be able to stall me out a bit more. And I just go with the safe Drain Punch again, but he's gonna predict that nicely, go into his Shandera, and I really wish I had Stealth Rocks, but I don't, which sucks. So next time I will have Stealth Rocks. So anyways, I switch into my Blissey here, basically to take whatever he has. And he goes for Fire Blast, and it doesn't do too much, because Blissey is a godlike special wall. And he's forced to switch out. I go for the Wish on the switch, he goes into his Ropush-in here again. And I go into my Gallade again, as he goes for the Bulk Up, I think, yeah. And after the Wish, I'm back to full health, so that's good. I can try to set up on this Ropush-in, because I don't think he has much to hurt me with. He has Drain Punch and Mach Punch, and probably Payback as his final move. So I go for Bulk Up, and I know now that he's gonna switch into his Skarmory again, so this time I go for Drain Punch instead of Bulk Up, and it's a solid 2-hit KO, so finally I have a chance to take down his Skarmory, which is great. Big pain in the ass gone. Yes. And now he goes into Shandera. I reveal my final move, which is Shadow Sneak, and that's a great thing, he didn't see it coming. But again, if I had Stealth Rocks, this thing would be dead, and he wouldn't be able to do so much damage with the Fire Blast. But actually I take the Fire Blast quite nicely, because Shandera has like 140 special attack, so Gallade is a beast. And he goes into his Airfune, encores me into Shadow Sneak, which sucks. And Shadow Sneak, even with +1, it's not gonna be enough to take down this Airfune. And he's gonna withdraw, go back into his Ropush-in, and I just keep on going with the Shadow Sneak, because I know in Gen 5 the Encore doesn't last as long as it did in the Gen 4, so I'm just hoping that it would wear off, so I start bulking up and going for the train punch or something like that. And there you saw the message. It wore off, but I didn't see it because it's a Japanese crap, and I need to get a new patch because this patch doesn't work. So, and yeah, it really cost me. I could have gone for train punch one turn earlier, and now this thing would have been dead. But instead, he's gonna get the payback off, and it does too much. And I go for shadow sneak here on the following turn, but it's not gonna be enough to take down this Pushin, and he's gonna kill me with his Mach Punch, his own priority, which sucks. So my main counter to his team is gone. I go into my big love disc here. I just go with the safe boiling water, but he switches into Chansey. Burn might have been nice, but don't get it. And I switch into my Garchomp here. I should have gone with the Wish first and then switch, but I didn't. And he goes for the S-Toss. I was hoping he would go for the T-Wave, but doesn't have it. I go for the Outrage since I'm forced to go for it. And look at this. It does only about half, so wow. The pre-evolution stone. Don't know what to say. It's an amazing item. This should have KO'd the standard Chansey, but wow, look at that damage. It's Garchomp and Outrage does like nothing. So I go into my Snorlax here. My Gen 4 Snorlax, Stockbelly Snorlax. Just go for the safe body slam. He switches into Gliscor and his Earthquake does like nothing, so I set up a stockpile here. And I know he's gonna predict my second stockpile, and he's gonna go back into his Aerophone hoping to encore me into it. So I'm gonna predict that, go for Body Slam again, and he does go into his Aerophone, and I get a chance to take it out, which is great. But then again, he's gonna get a safe switch into his Pushin, which is bad news because he's gonna be able to outspeed me. So I'm gonna switch out, go into my big love disc, but yeah, the entry hazards, they raped me. And I'm not gonna be able to live another Drain Punch, so he's gonna be able to take me out, which sucks. And I think I go into my Blizzard here, yeah, and I just go with the S-Toss, but he's able to outspeed me, so he's actually running some speed EVs, which allows him to outspeed me. And I was hoping to finish him off with S-Toss, but it doesn't happen because of the speed EVs, which sucks. So I'm basically it's game over, and my paralyzed Sassandera won't be able to outspeed, so he's gonna take me out with the Drain Punch, and he's almost back to full health. So I'm down to my last guy, which is Snorlax, and now I noticed that he had left the Miracle Shooter option on. And I have enough points where I can use a max revive. So just for the lols, I'm gonna do that on my Gallade. So I revived my Gallade for the final showdown. So we are going to have one more epic battle here between our bulk uppers. And I'm gonna go for bulk up here, and he's gonna go for bulk up. And it comes down to whoever gets the crit first is gonna win. He does have the payback, but it's not doing too much. So I might have a chance here, so we keep on setting up here. He goes for bulk up, I go for bulk up. And on the following turn, I think I'll go for the sub here, just to, you know, because his payback will most likely do a lot. So I might be able to prevent the big damage that he's gonna do to me, so I can buy myself an extra turn. I go for one more poke up, but since I'm down to my final poke, I'm gonna start going with the Drain Punch. If I get the crit here, it's gonna give, yeah, it basically means that I have the game. So I go for Drain Punch, don't get a crit, which sucks, and he keeps on bulk upping, and yeah, I'm forced to go with the bulk up. I mean, I really don't know what I'm saying here anymore. This was just so intense battle, and I go for Drain Punch here, and no crit, and he's gonna break my sub. Goes with the safe payback, and my Drain Punches are doing quite a lot actually, and I go for it again, and he goes for the Drain Punch, and he gets the crit here. So that is game. But epic match, DMac, 72 turns. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and if you did, please leave a thumbs up, and thank you so much for 4,000 subs. And I'm running out of time, so yeah, thanks for thanks for everything once again. Spade is out. Peace.